Hi there, this is Adam. Welcome back to today's tutorial guide. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create a wonderful carousel in Divi. To be specific, we'll be recreating this particular section. This is made using Advanced Divi Carousel module by DiviFlash. This section can be a wonderful inclusion for your website to showcase stats or facts, achievement, etc. As you can see, here we have a carousel that is playing automatically and some cool hover animation as well. Stick around and see how we can recreate this. Even if you don't want to create this particular section layout, you can watch the recipe to learn how Advanced Carousel module can be used on a website. So let's get started. Before get started, we need to have Divi theme installed in our WordPress website. Then we need DiviFlash plugin installed and active. We also need to make sure Advanced Divi Carousel module is active or not. If not, please activate the module. To do so, from your WordPress dashboard, click on DiviFlash from the navigation menu. Here, click on Modules and search for Carousel. Here is the Advanced Carousel module. Mine is already turned on. You can turn it on if it's off. Now let's go to the page where we will make the design. You can do this on an existing page. Click Edit with Divi. This will take us to Divi Visual Builder. From the selection panel, I'm going to select Build from Scratch. For this particular design, I will require a single row inside a section. Let's close this module list pop-up, because we are going to set things up for the section and row. Then we will come back and insert module. Let's open section settings. Here we will set a background color for the section. Click to open it and set the color. You will find all the color code and measurement at the bottom right corner of your screen. That's it in the content area. Let's move on to the design option. We need to adjust the spacing here. I'm going to put 100 pixel padding on top and bottom for desktop. This value will differ for tablet and mobile. For tablet, the number will be 70 pixel and for mobile this will be 40 pixel. Let's get back to desktop mode. That's it on the section setting. Let's save and move on to the row setting. Here we don't need any adjustment to the content tab. We will set sizing, which is in the design tab. Here we will adjust the width. For desktop, 80% is perfect, but for the tablet, we will set width to 85% and for mobile it will be 90%. Let's get back to desktop mode. Up next is the max width, which needs to be set at 1720 pixel. That's it. Now the spacing. We will set 0 pixel margin on right for large device, but we will set auto on right for both tablet and mobile. Let's get back to desktop mode. Now for the padding, we will set 0 pixel on top and bottom. That's it for the row. Let's save and close this. The first element we had in our design is a text, which looks like a heading. You can set your own label to it. Let's click on the gray plus icon to add module. Now search for the text module and insert it. Now in the body text area, we will be writing our own text. You can set anything you want. That's it in the content tab. Let's move on to the design tab. Here in the text area, we'll set text font to plus Jakarta Sans. Then font weight to semi-bold. Now change the text color. Up next, the text size, which will be 56 pixel for large device. And for tablet, it will be 44 pixel. Then for mobile, we will keep this to 32 pixel only. Let's get back to desktop mode. Now for the line height, we will set 61 pixel for desktop to prevent the overlap of text from new line, and the value will be 52 pixel for tablet and 40 pixel for mobile. Let's get back to desktop mode and scroll down to sizing option for further adjustment. Here we will set max width to 780 pixel for desktop. Then for tablet and mobile, we will set this to 100%. Lastly, we'll set module alignment to the left. We are almost done here. We just need to set some margin at the bottom of the text. For desktop and tablet, it will be 65 pixels. But for mobile, we will set it to 25 pixels. Now our text module is done and it looks good, isn't it? Now it's time to insert advanced Divi Carousel module. Simply click on the gray plus icon and search for the Carousel module. For this one, we will be using Advanced Carousel. Click on it to insert it. Here is our carousel interface. You can check our other video where we explain each feature of this carousel module. Okay, let's start by adding content to our carousel. Click on the plus icon and this will take us to the first carousel item. Here in the title, we will have 1.4 million, capital M as short form for million. You can add whatever you want. In the description area, we will write views. Then we will add our image in the first item. I already have image uploaded and I'm going to select one from there. The next thing we will add in our button text, which is read story and a link. For now, we can use hash. As you can see, it's not visible what I'm doing here. So let's get back to style option and set color to white so that we can see things. Click on the back icon and this will take us to the carousel settings from the item settings. Here, let's navigate to design and then change the color of title text, also the color of content text. Now it's visible. Let's get back to our first item setting because we need to set background on hover and borders. We will do this to each item because those things will vary item to item. Let's click on the background option to open it. Now click on this hover icon to open hover stage. By default, we are keeping this blank, but on hover, we will set this to orange. Let's get back to default stage. Now, let's move on to the design tab. We will design everything like title, content and button from the parent design option so that it applies to all slider at once. But for the border color, we will set it on each slide because each slide has a different color. Let's open the border setting and change the color matching with the background color which we set on hover. It's also not visible. Let's go back again to change the size from global setting. You can do this from here, but I always prefer common things should be placed from global so that if any changes required, it can be done with minimum effort. Let's get back to content tab because that's it for the first item. Now let's add the second item. You can click add new item or copy the first item by clicking the duplicate icon. Now click on the setting icon and enter inside the item to change the content of the item. I am going to fast forward this content and image update part. Now we need to change the background color on hover as well as default border color. Let's change the background color first. Then navigate to design tab and open border and set border color same as background but in default stage. That's it. Let's quickly add rest of the slides. Okay, I am done adding slides. You can add as many as you like. I added 4 of them. Now let's move on to the carousel setting to set things up. Here we are going to keep carousel type to slide. You can use cover flow if you want. For desktop, number of slide will be 4. For tablet and mobile, we will keep this as it is, 2 and 1. Here in the spacing, we will set 40 pixel for desktop. For tablet and mobile, it will be different, 30 pixel for tablet and 20 pixel for mobile. Let's get back to desktop mode. Let's scroll down and we have different carousel setting here. From here, we will turn on the loop first. Then I'm going to turn on autoplay. For the playing speed, we will keep these two as it is. You can change it if you want. Next, we would like to have pause on hover activated. I'm going to turn on arrow navigation as well. I always prefer to keep equal height on. And that's it in the carousel settings. Rest of the content tab option like item order, background is fine as it is. Now let's move on to the design tab and change the look to something amazing. Let's open the title first. Here we need to change font family to plus Jakarta Sans. Then the font weight to ultra bold. Next up is the color for the title text. We are keeping this to something whitish. We also need to change the title color on hover, which will be something blackish. You will find all the color codes somewhere in the screen. Now let's go back to default stage. Now let's set the title text size to 80 pixel. We need to keep this different for tablet and mobile. For tablet, we will set this font size to 60 pixel and for mobile this will be 40 pixel. Now for the letter spacing, we will set this to minus 0.5 pixel. Then we need to adjust the line height. We will have 79 pixel for desktop, but for tablet and mobile, we will set this to 60 pixel in tablet, 40 pixel in mobile. Now save changes. I always do this every simple change I made. You can simply hit Ctrl S to save it. We don't have subtitles, so let's skip this and open content. Here we will set things like font family, again the same as plus Jakarta Sans. This time font weight will be semi-bold. Then we will set content text color as well as text color on hover. Up next, we will set text size to 24 pixel, which is in desktop. But for tablet, this will be 20 pixel and for mobile, we will set this to 16 pixel. Then we will set content letter spacing to 0.5 pixel. And the last thing in the content line height, which will be 24 pixel. Next up is the button, which is quite simple. We will set button padding to 0 pixel all around. For the font family, again this will be plus Jakarta Sans and the button font weight semi-bold. Now is the time for button text color, which we will keep same as title or content. Button text color also need to be changed in hover and this will be black as well. Let's set the button text size, which will be 16 pixel in desktop and for the tablet the value will be 15 pixel. And for mobile this will be 1 pixel less, which is 14 pixel. Let's get back to desktop mode. Then the next thing we are going to set is button letter spacing, which will be 0.5 pixel. And lastly, the button line height, which will be 24 pixel. That's it. Now let's close the button tab, because now we are going to see our arrows. Let's open the arrow design option. Here we will set arrow icon color to white. Then we will set the arrow background color transparent. Then for the arrow position, we will set this to top. Next up is the alignment, which will be right in desktop, but for tablet and mobile this will be centered. Let's get back to desktop mode and move on. We will also change the default icon. Let's enable arrow previous icon. DB icon set will appear here. Here we will search for arrow and we will select this one. Then we will change the icon size to 24 pixel. Afterward, for the arrow next icon, we will do the same. We will find the same icon but reverse one and set this to 24 pixel. Up next, we will need to adjust the margin padding for the icon. For the arrow previous icon margin, we will set this to -100 pixel at the top. Then we will switch to tablet mode and we set this to 0 pixel in top and 20 pixel in bottom. Let's get back to desktop mode. Here arrow next margin, we will do the same. At the top -100 pixel in desktop. In the tablet, we'll set 0 pixel in top and 20 pixel at the bottom. Okay, done. Change the mode to desktop. Now our arrow design is done. At this point, we need to set custom spacing option. Custom spacing separated into two parts. First of all, we'll set spacing on wrapper. In the carousel wrapper padding, we will set this to 0 pixel on top and bottom. This is for desktop. On tablet, we will set 2 pixel wrapper padding on right. We'll switch back to desktop mode. Now let's navigate to wrapper padding. Here we will set 30 pixel on top and bottom, and in the left we'll set this to 40 pixel, but for the right our value will be 15 pixel. Now let's move on to tablet mode because we need to change it for tablet. We will keep the value 25 pixel on top and bottom. In the left it will be 30 pixel. Right will remain same. Now for mobile we will decrease the value to 20 pixel on top and bottom. In the left we'll set this to 20 pixel as well. For right we'll set this to again 20 pixel. That's it in the wrapper. Let's move back to desktop again because we are now switching to the content. Now in the content spacing area, we will set title margin 100 pixel on top for desktop. For the tablet, we will keep this to 80 pixel, and for mobile, we'll set this to 60 pixel. Now let's get back to desktop mode and set spacing in the padding option. Here we will set padding on top 0 pixel and rest of the spacing will remain same. Up next, we will have content margin. Here we will set 100 pixel at the bottom for desktop, but for tablet it will be 80 pixel and for mobile it should be 60 pixel. That's it in the spacing option. Now we just need to set very simple changes in the border. Let's open it. First thing we will set is the rounded corner, which will be 4 pixel all around. Then the border width to 1 pixel, which is already set. That's it. Now click the save to close the module settings. See, our design is done. Let's save it. Now let's click on the exit visual builder and see the design on the front end. Here you go. It's automatically scrolling through. We set a background hover effect which also working smoothly. So give it a try. Our support team is there if you need any help. I'm signing off today. Let me know in the comment section if it's helpful or not. You can also comment which design or module you would like to see in our next video. Till then, keep using DiviFlash.